Talking about iOS 14.2 today here for ZDNet with Adrian Kingsley-Hughes. Adrian, this has been out for a couple of months. People have had some frustrating feedback.
Bugs, and more bugs. Nothing. It's weird. Nothing big and show-stopping. Nothing that says locking people's phones out, crashing people's phones, which we've seen before. But more so low-level annoyances that are affecting enough people for it to become noisy. Things like, what was the thing the other day? Just basically people finding cellular connection on their iPhones bad, especially the latest versions. They seem to be worse. The iPhone 12 seems to be quite badly affected. I've seen people say they're not getting notifications, especially if Bluetooth switched on, which is, I don't know, that could be a blessing sometimes, but it's a bug. It seems to be built in there. Some people seem to having these problems, and turning Bluetooth off isn't really an issue. There's the battery issue, the ongoing saga of needing your phone plugged into something the whole time. And the other one is just laggy performance, especially on older models. We were in a similar position last year, and here we are a year on, and with a new version, and we're in the same position again.
All right, and Adrian, though, we're expecting iOS 14.3 here in just a couple of months.
Yeah, what I've been doing with people who've been getting in touch, especially some people, is saying, hey, how about you try the public beta 14.3? Because the risks of moving on to a minor version of public beta are pretty small. If you back up, it's not too bad. Then you lose some time, but you're fine. So people have been getting in touch with me who show a certain level of technical competence. I've been saying, hey, try this. And the results have been pretty good. Because I can't replicate some of these issues, certainly. It's been nice to get a bigger pool of people. And what I've been hearing back from people is, yeah, it seems a lot better, which is interesting because back last year when we were in a similar position with iOS 13, we were seeing the same thing and a similar thing happened. So it seems to take Apple until the end of the year to get all those bugs out of the way and start getting things to a point where they're nice and smooth, which is sort of nice in some ways, but sort of it's ugly in another way. It's like such a long time, especially for people who bought new phones, to be suffering from things like connection issues.
It can definitely get frustrating at times, Adrian. And I know you talk with a lot of people, through email. They message you a lot, just letting you know their thoughts on this and their feedback.
Yeah, that's the thing, especially if you bought a new phone and you're looking at it and it's giving you grief and the old phone was better or suddenly seemed better. Yeah, it's an odd thing. iOS is massive. The ecosystem is huge. It's not just the hardware, it's the software too, and then it's all the apps. So it's a massive ecosystem that Apple's dragging along behind it. And the bigger it gets, the more people there are to shout. I've seen iOS grow from a few 100,000 users right at the beginning to now, where are we? Over 1 billion devices out there. So there's a lot of people to scream. But the screams are getting louder. The bugs don't seem to be as show-stopping, but the internet being what it is, everybody wants to complain the whole time. So yeah, Apple's still got a little bit of work to do. It looks like iOS 14.3 that's going to come out by the end of the year will hopefully draw a line under some of these bugs. It's generally what we usually see by the beginning of the year, the new year. iOS is nice and stable. Tiny fixes, security fixes come along, and then we get this big iOS update kind of in the fall, and then we go through the whole thing again.
All right, Adrian. As always, we appreciate your thoughts on this. For much more on iOS 14.2 and what you need to know, make sure you check out ZDNet. Thanks for watching.